Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island UK, Season 11, Episode 42.
Listen, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. This is the last week for the show. I believe the finale is on Friday. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
So it's morning time. Everyone is waking up.
Yeah.
Grace enjoyed sleeping next to Ruben again.
Mm-hmm.
Lola slept well, but things are still awkward with Harry. Ruben made breakfast for Grace and surprised her with it on the terrace.
Mm-hmm.
Grace is feeling happy. It just wasn't there with Harry, and she didn't like seeing Ruben with another girl. Then they end up kissing.
I have a question. Go back to Ruben made breakfast for Grace where?
On the terrace.
So the terrace, being on the terrace means something.
To me, it does. And I think to the Islanders, it does as well.
Oh,
it's a
okay.
special place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I believe when Joe, what's his name?
Josh made breakfast for Mimi. It was also on the terrace.
Where? The terrace. Keep that in mind because obviously it is a special location.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we get a conversation between Harry and Lola.
Why?
Harry says that he would like to explore things with her. Y'all, Harry's looking straight ahead. He's not even looking at the girl. I'm just like, I don't even know what Harry's intentions are at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's just still so defeated by Grace wanting to be with Ruben.
Mm-hmm.
But Lola tells him that things did feel awkward. He does apologize for it. And he says today he just plans on grafting Lola and sunbathing. I think the sunbathing is priority for him.
Yeah. Love Island UK, I know y'all watching and y'all go take my tip. So here's tip number one for me. Next season, make sure when the bombshells come in that they are the most confident individuals. Don't bring in these little weird guys with weird haircuts and things of that nature. Bring in some guys that just don't like basically blend in with the paint. Blend in with the background. Bring in some personalities because there's really no purpose of Lola or Harry being there.
True.
Literally none.
True. I would say I think probably one of the best bombshells that came in, or a few, were probably Josh, Robin, and Will.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of gumption about them.
I wish they came earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So Sean, Matilda, and Joey and Jesse all come together to do some workouts.
Yeah.
Joey does push-ups with Jesse on his back, and then Sean does the same with Matilda.
Hey, listen here, man. That's why I hate doing things as a couple. One thing that my wife can say is that I don't like to double date. So my wife do not plan a lot of double dates with her friends, my friends, things of that nature. Because guess what? Just because you doing push-up with your girl on your back, Blair, don't look at me. I don't do push-ups with me on my back. You get what I'm saying? So it's just it makes you just a fun scene, basically.
Yeah. Well, Josh and Mimi are having a little intimate moment.
Okay.
He is massaging her feet and fanning her. She asks him what his favorite Bible story is, and he says Sodom and Gomorrah. She says it's the same thing for her as well. Josh is taken aback by how much they connect on things. It's like far beyond just her beauty. Like they actually connect on real stuff.
Listen here, I'm happy that you have somebody, Mimi, that wants you, that's willing to accept you and things of that nature. And look, this is what we wanted for you. I'm not a Mimi hater. If you call me a Mimi hater because you've seen the last 3 episodes or things of that nature, then you haven't been watching the other 38 episodes where I've been cheering and basically telling her, hey, there's a storm coming. Get inside, make your tent, make your net and things like that. So I'm happy that Mimi is with someone that wants her, that accepts her and things like that.
Agreed. And I feel like she's starting to see it now.
Yeah.
So that's hope for me that we're kind of in the last week, so she's going to stick with the guy that closed off.
Of course.
But I'm happy for her as well.
Me too.
So Grace gets a text. It is time for the grafties.
Ooh.
So we've got 7 categories that the public has voted on.
Nice.
There will be one winner for each category, and they will give their acceptance speech.
Okay. So
we've got the least favorite couple.
Uh-oh.
And it's funny because as soon as it came up, Grace was like, shouldn't we be around a fire pit for this? So we get the couples who have the fewest votes. It's Grace and Ruben, Lola and Harry, Jess and Io. The winners were Lola and Harry. So they go up there to say their speech. They're saying a win is a win.
Yeah.
Then Harry gets a text.
Uh-oh.
And they have to leave the island immediately.
Leave now. Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm happy though.
But at the end of the day, they really didn't have like a lot of footage with them in it. So it's just kind of like, y'all just kind of dead weight, to be honest.
100%.
So, but that was kind of vicious to me.
I liked it.
So next was the Flirtiest performance.
Yeah.
The nominees were Sean. We saw him flirting in his Candyman fashion.
Okay.
Grace telling Ruben that he was a good kisser. Harry telling Grace that she is his type. Then we get Joey telling Lola that she's lovely, she's a troublemaker. Him saying that he might fail the test depending on how much she grabs. Jesse says, you used the troublemaker line on me, and you wanted her to turn her head. Well, the winner is Joey.
Congratulations, Joey.
He says thank you. He thanks the public, and he's kind of trying to figure out what other words to say. Somebody says, thank Jesse. And he says, yes. And I thank Jesse for understanding.
Yes. And Jesse, the main reason why I use that same line is because Bombshell on Bombshell. Jesse, you're a bombshell. They a bombshell. Come on now.
Right. So next category is It's Giving One-Sided.
It's Giving One-Sided.
So our nominees, we've got Josh. We see him and Mimi in the hideaway. He made Mimi breakfast. And then we see Mimi talking to the girls saying that things are a bit intense with Josh. Next, we have Jess. She was saying that she wants to be attached to Io's hip, wanting him to say, I love you, and her telling him that he is her favorite person.
Yeah.
Io clarifies that it's not one-sided. He says his piece to her. She gets it, and he's falling for her. I don't know if she gets it because she looks real irritated half the time y'all talking. But if you're falling for her, okay, cool.
And the fact that he said, I say my piece, yes, he says peace. So you got to take a piece of this sentence and put it with that sentence that he going to say tomorrow. And hopefully you get a full sentence by the time he gets done talking.
So you can piece together what I was trying to say. Ruben is the next nominee.
Yeah.
We see when he pulled Grace for a chat for breakfast, before breakfast when she was upset. Joey is asking if it's one-sided now. Grace and Ruben said no. Ruben says, the grafting has paid off.
Okay.
Well, Sean thinks the winner is going to be Josh, even though nobody asked Sean.
Nobody asked Sean anything.
Josh said, well, look, I didn't have to go through 3 people to know who I wanted. And Sean thinks that Josh didn't have the balls to try things with Grace. Josh, in Sean's eyes, played it safe. Matilda is trying to tell Sean to shut up, and Sean tells her to shut up. Joey says, well, maybe you were pressured because y'all coupled up around the time of the secret mission. And Jesse says, look, Joey is just trying to explain, and everybody's kind of like, Jesse, can you stop?
Yeah, stop talking.
Yeah, but she is trying to explain what Joey's trying to explain. And Mimi tells everybody, this is not your situation, this is ours, and it's none of your business, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it was in this conversation, if not this one, it was in another one, where she starts talking at Josh, Jesse, and things like that, basically telling him to pipe down. No, you pipe down, Jesse. Jesse, I don't know who you think you are, or these little microaggressions you have to be telling this grown man that basically wasn't even talking to you to basically pipe down, but you need to pipe down.
Exactly. Joey is the one with the first amount of commentary.
Exactly.
And people aren't supposed to respond.
Exactly.
Jesse got that thing. What did they say, that she didn't have Joey's back? Now she over here trying to fight for him.
He got his front and back, man. Sit down. And now here's the thing about it. There's trouble in paradise, and I use that word paradise very lightly.
Exactly.
Because we don't care about Matilda and Sean. You get what I'm saying? I think, well, let me say this. Everybody on this show is unlikable. Literally. There's no one who I want to win. There's no one who I care to win. Truth be told, if Mimi wins, I'm good with that. But honestly, everybody has something unlikable. I think if Jess was given the chance to start from the beginning, I probably would learn to like Jess.
Yeah.
But because she came in at such short notice and she was very aggressive, and maybe not aggressive is the word, but very assertive in this thing of say that you're obsessed with me. That come off as a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But this whole thing was just confusion. First of all, Joey is talking. Joey is doing his part, Jesse, of trying to make this season interesting. You see, I was wrong. I have no problem saying I was wrong. Blair, I was wrong. Because those times where I would say I don't want to watch the Joey show, I lied. I was wrong. You see, the thing about it is, I don't want to watch the Joey show when he's in a couple.
Right.
See, when he's with Samantha and Grace and things like that, and we focus on his relationship, I don't want to see that. Even though he's coupled up with Jesse, he's not closed off, right? He's not really coupled up with her. He's not really with her. You get what I'm saying? I like seeing Joey in this element, in this element of being the pot stirrer.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And Sean, he likes to jump in and try to be the pot stirrer too. I just don't think he does it as well.
Yeah, it's true.
So the winner is Jess. She is obsessed with Io, and Io says it back.
Yeah, she said, say it back.
Next category is the most dramatic performance.
Yeah.
Kieran, we see Joey talking about the terrible kiss he had with Nicole during the challenge. And then we see his Kieran saying his piece about you could have just married Nicole and kissed Jesse. And he got so upset to the point he told Joey, let me effing talk so he can get the rest of his point across. Jesse, we see when she was upset about the Lolly situation. Nicole, we saw her upset about Kieran kissing Emma, her going in on Kieran, and how she said everybody was two-faced. And when that was revealed, she says, well, it's true. Everybody's talking about everybody. She's like, I talked about that after the movies, and I saw that everybody talked about everybody. And everybody's just kind of sitting there silent. And Sean tells her, well, don't be dramatic about it. And Nicole's like, shut up. Like, you like to be in everybody's business for your little 5 minutes of fame. And Kieran, you know, he pipes up and says, Sean, like, you're sounding like a knob. And then everybody starts laughing because it's just like Sean. Then he doubles back and says, well, I wasn't disagreeing with Nicole. Like, yeah, people are two-faced. Well, that's not what you said, Sean. So
Sean, just relax a little bit.
So the winner is Nicole. Nicole knows she is dramatic and she feels like she livens up the villa.
You don't. You don't. I'm telling you straight up, you don't. And unfortunately, these two might win, but I would say these two will probably be the worst winners of any season of Love Island.
I would have to agree.
Of UK, that is.
Next, we have the ultimate pot stirrer.
Listen here, man.
Joey is the first nominee. We see Joey telling Harriet that Kieran was chanting Nicole's name. We see during Casa when Joey was rooting for the guys to explore. And then Jesse, she tries to jump in to have Joey's back. Matilda tells her not to do that. Because as soon as like we saw Joey rooting for the other guy, she's like, well, it's not like he was telling them to do such and such. And Matilda was like, don't be like that, Jesse. Like, please, just
like, were you even here yet? like, you get what I'm saying?
Then Sean is the next nominee. We see him during Casa when he was pushing Io to be with Jess. Sean saying how Josh would blow Mimi off for Grace. We see Sean during the tennis competition, and Josh, in response to that, goes up for his connection with Mimi. He didn't need a test to know that his connection was strong.
Sean's whole point was like, hey, like, you got there pretty fast. You get what I'm saying? And he was like, well, you know, back to his whole point of I ain't got to explore multiple people. Well, here's the thing about Sean. It's not that Sean explored multiple people. Multiple people didn't want Sean.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Matilda basically got stuck with Sean. And even with that, I think it was something across the lines of Sean wanted to get rid of Omar because Omar and Matilda potentially had a connection. So Sean is not really the guy that really tested his connections either.
I mean, only in Casa.
But the whole thing is in Casa, the girl's supposed to try to get on the villa, or the people supposed to get on the villa. So in Casa, when the girl's like, oh yeah, come on, Sean, I talk to you and things like that, I don't take that as seriously as him being on the villa surrounded by the main cast and still not getting nobody. Bombshell's coming and still not getting nobody.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of episodes that went by before Sean actually found his connection, the Candyman and things like that. And then when Casa comes, then of course it's like, you know, he tested his connection.
Right.
You know.
So next nomination is Ruben. He talked about how there was difference between a boy and a man. It's how you go about things. And he felt like there were a lot of boys in the villa. Ruben didn't think Mimi would pull Josh for conversations. He felt like it would be mostly Josh. Ruben thinks that some men could probably treat their women better since being in the villa and seeing things. He says a lot of y'all are doing good, but some of y'all not so great. He thinks that Joey could do better. And Joey says, you're jealous of me. Kieran tells Joey to shut up because Ruben can speak his mind. You can sit up here and talk all you want to, but Ruben can't say what he wants to say. Jesse is trying to tell Joey to stop. And then Jesse's bickering with Joey, talking about, you are over here forgetting I'm even here. You're not even listening to me. Well, no, because he don't really care what you got to say.
And then on top of that, you're not entertaining. You got to understand something. We are 42 episodes in of one of the most lackluster seasons of Love Island UK, and Joey is saying, you know what, Blair, Chris, I got something for y'all. Secret mission. That's all he been saying. And we've been laughing every time he said it. You get what I'm saying? So for her to basically say, like, for one, the fact that y'all basically made it by the skin of your teeth for why y'all not the least favorite couple in the first place, just be happy you're there. Because y'all not gonna win. You get what I'm saying? So, like, every time Jesse talked, let me know in the comments if y'all felt this way. Did y'all felt annoyed by Jesse? I just felt like I don't remember her voice sounding like this. You get what I'm saying?
I think it's irritating because she doesn't know what she's defending half the time.
Yeah.
She just feels like she has to defend Joey because somebody says she doesn't have Joey's back.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's even doing it in an appropriate way or time. And we all hear what Joey says. So Joey can defend himself. He does a good job speaking up for himself.
Yeah.
Jesse really doesn't have to do that. So the winner is Joey.
Congratulations, Joey.
So when he gets up there to say his speech, Grace sighs because she's bored with the man.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't think he's a pot stirrer. He is basically the one to get people to tell the truth.
Okay.
So that is the award he is choosing to accept.
Joey the truth seeker.
The next category is unfinished business.
Uh-oh.
We've got first nominee as Grace and Josh. We see their first chat together and Grace saying how she fancied Josh. Grace clears up that this was before Mimi.
Yeah.
And Joey asks, do y'all still fancy each other? And Josh was like, the real question is, do y'all still fancy each other?
Good comeback.
Sean was just like, well, Josh, you're in challenges kissing Grace, then 3 days later coupling with Mimi. It's a little interesting.
Listen here, Sean and Joey were the tag team champions of this episode.
Yeah.
They was basically in a tennis match with themselves against all of us.
This is like reminds me of like the quote when people say like the messiest person that you probably know is probably a man. And I'm just like, these men.
Yeah. And this actually just reminded me of something that from the first scene, well, not the first scene, but in the first couple of the awards, when Josh was like, I chose Mimi, and Grace piped up and said, well, I didn't choose you either. And I'm like, Grace, no, he chose Mimi.
Right.
Because when it was time to recouple or when it was time for him to pick somebody, he chose Mimi. So don't try to make it seem like it was a mutual decision. I think you wanted Josh.
Right.
You even was talking about how, like, that's what I was missing and things like that. 29 is a perfect age. He chose Mimi. Don't make it seem like you was even like in the league of Mimi. You wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Next, we see Mimi and Ayo. They are the next nominees. Mimi, we see her saying that their chemistry is mad.
Yeah.
We hear Ayo telling Joey that he still likes her.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Ayo didn't say that. Joey said, you probably still like the girl, right? And then there goes Ayo with his silence and just looking. And I guess that's what we were supposed to gather. I don't really know. Mimi saying things with Josh were nice. But Ayo is just simple and natural and more of her preference and her vibe. Mimi, after the video, she says, look, we've spoken about all of this. This is in the past. It's done.
Listen here, Josh was sitting there quiet, but I know that look on his face, that face of, you know what? I'm not going to show my behind in public.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm going to take it. I'm going to lean over. I'm still going to kiss my girl. I'm still going to kiss my guy and things like that, to where you don't want to see nobody. Josh's whole thing is he don't want to be played like a fool. Yeah. So he's not going to play himself like a fool. He's not going to blow up in public and things like that. So anything that Josh may have felt, we're not going to see it.
Right.
We're not going to see it in this moment. He's going to pull you aside and he's going to have a conversation. What was that about? But I do think like this is behind him though. But it is kind of weird seeing the behind the scenes of like,
what was actually said, because Mimi would never tell him what she really thinks.
Exactly.
And that's the unfortunate part with Mimi is I don't think she said anything that bad.
No.
But the fact that you felt comfortable saying it to other people rather than to him, it just makes it feel like you are playing him in a way.
Yeah, you're right.
So next was nominee is Grace and Joey.
Yeah.
We saw Joey during the tennis competition saying that Grace still had feelings for him.
Yeah.
Then we see Joey telling Jesse that Grace latched on to you because she can't have me. After the video, Joey says straight facts.
Yeah, Joey. Joey said facts. Straight facts.
Grace says, every chance you get, you bring me up. Like, why do you care? Joey says, you care.
Listen here.
Joey is a child.
I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you.
Like, Joey is literally a menace. Like, he is just playing around with these people. This is all jokes to him.
Yeah.
So the winner is Mimi and Ayo. Mimi talks about how they're both happy in their couples. Yeah. And Ayo agrees that we are all happy in our own couples.
And the thing that actually sucks about this is that I want to point out again that Ayo said he's happy in the couple that he's in with Jess, the girl that he just met in Casa.
Right.
Like, this is not a bombshell. This is someone that he chose to bring back to the villa. So I think this is just more acceptance in the sense from Mimi part that you was not chosen. Even though you was chosen by Josh, and that's something to be proud of, I think this is such a sore look to see like y'all two talk about we are happy in our new couples. And I'm like, Mimi, I get why you should be happy because you was not chosen. You was played with by Io. But Io, for you to say that about Jess, about you happy to be with her, that's kind of like, that's kind of twisting the knife for me. Because I'm like, that's wild. Like,
well, I mean, I feel like if they've moved past it and they're happy in their situations and they've blocked everything off, then it might be a twist in her gut a little bit, but if she's truly over it and happy in her couple, then it should be something that they are really past.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be happy and things like that, but I'm just like, truth be told, if the cards was played correctly, he should be with Mimi. But the fact
that he didn't choose her.
But that's the knife that's getting twisted. At the end of the day, he's like, I'm happy with Jess, this new girl. And I'm like, that's wild to watch. That really, in 42 episodes that we reviewed on the show, you only known Jess for 5 of them.
Yeah.
You've been with Mimi for the other 35 of them. Yeah. Like, dude, you get what I'm saying? Like you.
Yeah, it's crazy to see, but my thing is like, if everyone is being honest about how they feel, I can accept that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So next, what is it? Category is epic fail.
Something else.
Go ahead.
With the whole interaction, I hope y'all caught this. When they was giving their speech, basically, Mimi and Jessica was having this kind of like sister girl type of like conversation with each other. Like basically like, yeah, girl, I see you, girl. Like, I'm happy for you, girl, and things like that. Y'all know how that nice, nasty thing go amongst girls. They don't like each other. And they just playing nice for the camera. But the millisecond that someone steps out of line, I'm telling you, it's going to blow up.
Okay. So next category is epic fail.
Yeah.
For Kieran, we see the Eggy Boff situation.
Yeah.
Sean, we get the time where Matilda declined to give him the kiss in the hideaway the first time. For Mimi, we see the secret mission.
Joey was like, the secret mission? I told y'all it was a secret mission.
So after the video, Joey says when she was on the floor, it looked seductive to him. Io says, sorry, like, I didn't know you were going to be on the floor like that.
You look crazy, Mimi.
When he said that, I started busting out laughing. Mimi didn't know how Joey would perceive it, but that's not how her intentions were. Sean says, well, what were the intentions on the terrace?
That's a specific
on the terrace. What were your intentions? That's my point as well. What are your intentions on the terrace?
Yeah.
I mean, we said just the same chat we had when we were downstairs. And Josh is basically saying to Joey, like, you keep saying that it was a secret mission. Like, that's a crazy thing that's how you're putting it when it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So the winner is Mimi. And Joey's like, see, I told you the mission failed. Mimi is not feeling Joey today, and she accepts the award graciously. Sean says, so Mimi, what was your original aim? And Joey was like, well, it's muggy that I'm getting the blame. I was the one who was just put into the situation. But everybody else is saying, well, you're making the situation bigger than it is by calling it a secret mission and also not spilling the full details when you bring it up. And for Joey, it didn't look like it was just going to be some regular conversation. And he does a demonstration of how she looked, even though we just saw the video. But he does a demonstration of how she looked with her drink on the ground. And Mimi said, that's not what I'm on. That's his perspective, but that's not the type of time I was on.
What is your thoughts on this scene right here?
My thoughts were, Mimi, you can have your own intention of what you feel you were trying to do. It didn't look that way. It didn't come across that way. So I think it would be nice for there to be a little bit of accountability on Mimi's part, not necessarily for the viewers, but for Josh. So that way she can do an apology to him to maybe make him feel more comfortable. I see how it looks. That was not my intention. I'm sorry that it came across that way. And I would never do anything like that again because I see that it could turn out to be this big thing and I probably should have moved differently. And I think that's the only piece that's missing from this big kerfuffle is Mimi saying, I get how it can look bad. I get that. And the thing is, I don't see how she can't see that it can look bad. I think she's just so trying to defend herself and saying that that's not what I wanted to do. But sometimes we say or do things that maybe have the wrong meaning or we don't mean to say it the way that we do. And it's okay to backtrack and say, you know what, I didn't intend that, but let me clarify and then let me apologize that it had this impact. So.
And I wish that was the case. But the reason why, Blair, you would not get what you asked for about accountability, about actually saying what was the intentions and things like that, is because she's a liar. She gaslit Joey.
And that's why I don't believe her, because I'm just like, if that wasn't really your intention, then I would like for you to take, like I said, accountability
100%.
for the way that it came across.
100%.
But because you're not taking accountability, that makes me think maybe there was an ulterior motive.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. and the thing about it was, she's trying to use this whole thing, and let me go to this liar word. This liar word is not such the worst thing in the world. All of y'all lie. You get what I'm saying? So like this whole thing, like, don't call her a liar. You shouldn't call black people, one of your sisters, a liar and things like that. She's a liar. Okay? White people lie, black people lie, UK people lie, everybody lie. People in the US lie. Okay? So the whole thing is she lied. This is 4 episodes straight of her lying about a situation that she is in total control of, which I don't understand why. No one can catch her in the situation that she built for herself, but the fact that she keeps giving us less and less and less, and then on top of that changing and trying to gaslight and Joey, like, you made it bigger than what it is. Nobody told you to do that. Joey, like, you told me to bring Io and to not let nobody know. You pinky sweared. We did all of that.
I went on the terrace. You told me to get down.
You was crawling on the floor. Like what are you trying to do? And this is the thing about it. Let me tell you something about these type of people, right? These type of people, she says something like, she said, that's not what I'm on. She's trying to use her character as a way to deflect us, as if she's unable to pull something like this ever, because I'm Mimi, I'm soft-spoken, I'm sweet. I can never be this. You know what's another word for private? Sneaky. You get what I'm saying? She didn't want a private conversation. She wanted a sneaky conversation, a conversation that was away from everybody. Because the whole thing about it was, you wanted it on the terrace. Even Io said, like, I'm sorry you was on the floor. Didn't know you was on the floor.
He's like, I'm 6'6".
He said, I'm 6'6". Like,
like people would see me.
Like, I don't know what you wanted. Because if you wanted a private conversation, truth be told, you can literally have a private conversation in public.
Exactly.
But no, you wanted a sneaky conversation. You wanted Joey to go.
A conversation that nobody knew y'all had.
Exactly.
That one that you wouldn't have to explain.
And not even conversation that whatever could be done in that moment, nobody would know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I use that word liar, because she's misrepresenting the facts. And the facts is that she wanted to have a conversation. She was being sneaky about it. Why are you on your knees? Why you're on telling Joey to do your dirty work? First of all, you wanted to get found out.
Exactly. Why would you tell Joey?
Exactly. You wanted to get found out.
To tell.
And then to misrepresent it and to gaslight Joey. And I think about it is she's trying to, what's the word? She's trying to change the subject within the subject. She said, I did not use the word secret mission. Joey used the word secret mission.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to make it seem like you said secret mission. You making it bigger than what it is. No, he just using secret mission in a way of like, you sent me to do something and not to tell nobody.
Yeah.
Like, stop playing dumb. You get what I'm saying? We're not dumb over here. So my whole point is, Mimi, you misrepresented the situation, and that's fine. You lying, you being a liar is not the end of the world. I still want you to win.
Yeah.
Because everybody on the cast is unlikable. As much as they make Karen and Nicole the quote-unquote alpha couple on the show, they have done nothing to contribute to us watching the show.
Yeah.
Nobody have done anything to contribute to us watching the show.
I would agree.
So my whole point is, like, everybody's unlikable.
And the thing is, acknowledging somebody's like misstep or wrongdoing doesn't mean that you're condemning a person to the depths of hell. Okay?
At least not yet. Lie 5 times, I might. You know what I mean?
But I'm just like, you lied. It would be nice if you took accountability. You're not going to? Okay, well, I hope you win and enjoy your earnings.
Exactly.
Like that's all it is.
And then we be back next season.
Exactly.
Right? It just is what it is. But be careful though, because guys like Josh, people was like, oh my goodness, look at this. Josh is over there defending his girl. Of course he go defend his girl.
Yeah.
Like, of course it's my girl. It's my man. You get what I'm saying? So in that moment, I think it's just one of those moments to where, I use this example on like another show that we review. When you catch somebody in a lie, or when the lie kind of look crazy, you kind of don't want to dig deeper because you don't want them to keep lying to you.
Right.
So you're like, let's quit while you're literally behind.
Yeah.
You You get what I'm saying? Like, let's just stop right where we are.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this episode? I think, Joey, you did a good job trying to do what you did to bring this episode to be entertaining.
Honestly, I was very entertained by Joey.
Very.
For some reason, I'm annoyed by Sean.
I am too.
I don't know. I was also annoyed by Jesse.
I am the most annoyed by Jesse. and now Jesse's yelling at Joey.
But
and I'm like, I don't know why she keep talking to him like that's her man and like that's her child. It's weird.
They're not closed off. They're not boyfriend girlfriend. They ain't nothing. Joey hasn't locked down nothing.
Yeah.
And we on the last week. And I will also say, Mimi handled things gracefully.
Exactly.
And I will say that. She got called out for a couple of things. Accountability would have been nice, but she still handled things gracefully.
Yeah.
So.
And guess what? Now you ain't got to sneak around no more. Now you ain't got to crawl on your knees
Exactly.
no more.
We seen it. The secret mission is out.
It's out there.
Now we can put it to
But
bed.
I will say, you sitting on the floor, legs crossed, with a drink in your hand, I don't know what to think either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good.
Bye.